Hi, this is Barbara Alex, the host of Live Jazz Sessions and More. We're here today at the Real School of Music in Andover, and we're going to go inside and we're going to talk to some of the instructors. They're going to tell you about all the programs that they have going on, what they're doing. It is amazing. We're going to talk to some of the kids. Really exciting things happening here at the Real School of Music in Andover, and they also have another location in Burlington. So let's go inside and let's talk to some of those folks. Okay, so we're going to go in here to the performance room. And, oh, hey, April. Hi, nice to see you.
How are you? Good to see you.
Yeah, this is April Holland. She's the director of Buzz here at the Real School of Music in Andover.
Welcome to the Real Room. This is our performance space here in Andover.
This is the Real Room. Come on in. Okay. I want to talk to some of the instructors and let people know what you have going on. I know you have a lot of outside events that you have going on, and
Yes.
you want people to know about them? And
So I will bring in one of our co-hosts of our open mic in just a few minutes. We
Okay.
host open mic once a month, and among that we bring in specialty artists for workshops, clinics, working days where you're doing songwriting, working with your band, a lot
Fabulous.
of interactive,
Yeah.
fun
Nice.
activities that round out the private lesson experience.
terrific.
So it's all about getting in here for that all-inclusive gym-like membership, but for
Right.
musicians. And
The total experience,
The total
right.
experience, and this room really embodies that. This is
Yeah, I
where
can
they
see
get
that.
the full package deal, feel the audience, understand the stage, having the whole soundboard and backlining here, working lighting. They truly understand what it's like to be a practicing musician. Music.
Well, you have definitely done that, and I know that I think Jim Zarillis is
Yes.
around here.
Jim, come on over.
Well, here's Jim Zarillis, one of the instructors here at the Real School of Music, and I'd like him to talk a little bit about the programs that he's involved with. I know it's very exciting what they have going on here. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going on?
I'm one of the piano instructors here all week long, and I co-host the open mic that we do once a month, first Sunday of every month, which is something we're very proud of, but we're also trying to get it more,
Sure.
the word out into Andover and the surrounding towns.
Right.
I don't know if you've spoken to the other people, but the school is more than just the come on in, leave, learn your lesson, learn your
I can
scales
see
or
that.
whatever, but we strongly promote the whole performance aspect. And so
Which is
we
great.
decide, and I think that's what separates us from the other schools or ones that people think of when you think of a music school. So we have an open mic night, and basically kids and their parents. We also open it up to people in the area. It's open to the public.
Well, how cool is that? And is it in this room?
Right here, and we've come close to filling this place. It's a Sunday, but we run it from 4:30 to 6:30. It's before the dinner hour. It's after,
Right.
afternoons if people have family
Right.
functions or things to get to. I think it's just an ideal time to have it.
I do too.
We've had success with it. We want to make it more successful. The students, the best part is the return students. They come.
Correct, yeah.
And some of them do their same routine, their same songs. A lot of the times they update it.
That's okay.
And it's fun to watch them grow too, even though it's only once a month. They may not be my students particularly that perform, but
Sure.
other students, other instructors' students come in, and he's like, "Oh, I remember her from the wow, she hit it. She hit that note. It's so
Right.
great."
That's
And of course, they're performing. They're getting applause.
Very important.
They're getting reaction.
But, so the open mic is on a Sunday afternoon,
It's the first Sunday of every month.
first Sunday of every month
We run it
from,
opposite of our sister school, Burlington.
In Burlington,
They run
okay.
it a week after us. To be honest, I wish we could run it every Sunday. And I think if we did, we'd even have the same.
Well, you
we'd
may.
Have the same turnout.
yeah,
So that's in the works.
it's a work in progress,
But,
we're working
yeah,
towards
For
that.
the plug, yes, one Sunday, first Sunday of every month. We plan on doing it through the summer. I know sometimes in the entertainment business, summertime, a lot of places go dark, as we say. But I'd like to try to push it through the summer. Not everyone travels, this is the
This
age
is
of
true.
This is the age of the staycations, right?
Yeah,
People
this
stay
is-
home.
This is true, and also I find that because my jam that I run at Chianti's in Beverly, once a month, the third Sunday of every month from 3 to 6, even if, you know, the room isn't packed, it's the experience of getting up there, and there's a communication that goes on between you, the performer, and the audience, which is so invigorating and essential.
And those are the things that as instructors, we really can't teach our
That is
students.
correct.
We can show them how to get there, so it is part of our curriculum, part of our program is getting them to perform, but to understand what
Right.
it feels like to be
Right.
on the stage, to excel, but also to fail. And it's gonna happen. It's happened to
Well,
me, it's happened to every instructor here, and the best part is, you
Right.
come back again, you do it.
Right.
And you see how much
you
you've
move on.
improved. It builds their confidence, and that's what we're all about here.
Awesome.
And so we have a blast, so come
That's
check us out.
fantastic. I will
I'll check
definitely.
out your jam too. with
That
Dantes.
sounds great. I will make sure I get all of you people on
Okay.
Facebook. And thank you so much
My
for taking
pleasure.
the
No,
time to
thank you.
speak with us, Jim. And we'll see you again.
You got it, thank
All
you.
right, you're welcome. All right. Well, as luck would have it, we've run into another one of the great instructors here at the Real School of Music, Dave Raffet. It sounds like a Parisian name.
I think it's French.
Bonjour.
I have a
Yeah.
little bit of everything. I'm a mutt, Danish, German, Cherokee Indian, all over the place.
Nice. Very eclectic.
Thank you.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about what you teach here at the school, and I know that you are very ambitious. I mean, you were telling me a little bit about that you write for Guitar World.
Thank you.
And-
Yeah, I write for Guitar World Magazine and Revolver, which is the sister magazine of that, which is, I do a lot of the online celebrity interviews and that type of thing. And they've used some of my stuff for Guitar Aficionado magazine, which is their, sort of like their cigar aficionado, people that drive $500,000 cars and that sort of thing. But here at the Real School, I love it. It's a really cool environment. The people are really sweet. And I teach guitar, bass. I do ensembles as well, which is really cool. We get the kids in bands, with music that they all really like.
Sure, you immerse them in the music.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
And it's really cool because they get to learn from each other. We always tell them you can sit on the edge of your bed and play all day long, but when you jump in a band, you get so much experience right off the bat.
Completely
so.
different experience, for sure.
Yeah, we love it. I have kids that I teach classical, I teach a little bit of jazz, just all over the map. So it's really good for my playing too. I learn a lot from them, and so I really enjoy it.
I know, isn't that one of the greatest things about being an instructor? It's a two-way, exchange
Yeah.
that, they bring in their own creativity. And isn't that like one of the best
Yeah.
things about being an instructor? I find that myself.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. They surprise me often, these kids, just how talented they really are, and they'll push me, which I love. Because that keeps you young, keeps you inspired, and so I actually enjoy playing with them too. So it's cool.
What a great experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
How
cool.
did you come to teach here? Did you, just know one of the people that were the owners, or did you apply?
I think I saw an ad. I know what happened. I was teaching for a lady in Burlington, very, very cool woman. She was a piano person, and she needed somebody to teach guitar. And then she said, they would really, really like you at the Real School. And I was like, I didn't know what that was. So I inquired, and we hit it off, the people, me and them. And so it's been a good relationship. And so I bring something unique to the table that no one else really does. And that's what I really love about this school is everybody has their thing. We have an amazing jazz guy. We have an amazing metal drummer. We have, all these different guys. We have one of the best drummers I've ever played with, Muzz, who's in Beetlejuice.
Oh,
which
Muzzy's fantastic.
Really great Beatles tribute band. Amazing guy. Love him. So, it's a really fun atmosphere. So.
Well, I'm envious that you get to hang around here all the time and,
Cool. Come
be
hang
with
out.
music and be with the kids and be inspired, and it's so invigorating. And I want to thank you for
Thank you.
taking the time to speak with us today, Dave Raffet.
Thank you, Barbara.
Yeah, and we'll see you again.
Awesome. Cool.
So this is a fantastic spot here. I
Our
think that
facility is fun, it's
Yeah.
colorful, it's an exciting place to be.
I-
It's what you notice right away
I'm
The
excited
rooms-
being here.
All the rooms have different colors. The instructors make it their own. It's
Right.
just, you can't help but get excited when you're here at the school.
There's some beautiful music coming here
We
out
can,
of this
we
room.
can pop in and talk to
Oh.
Stephanie if you'd like. She's
Oh.
one of our vocal instructors.
Hi, Stephanie.
Come on. Do you mind?
Hi, do you mind if we? Yeah, that'd be great.
How are you?
Good. Barbara Alex, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you
Yeah.
too. Good to see you. Come on in.
Yeah, so, we're doing a little bit of a shoot here today, and
Oh, great.
we want people to know about the Real School of Music.
Oh,
and what you have
wonderful.
going on here. And you played the piano.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm one of the voice teachers here. I teach musical theater primarily. I also work with students on classical music, art songs, pop, all that kind of stuff. But they send me most of the musical theater kids because that's my background, that's my experience.
I can see you are very.
I'm very animated.
Yeah, I
what
love
can I
it.
say? I know I can't hide who I am.
well,
people
no
say
need to. Don't do
people
that.
say I smile even when I'm not smiling. My eyes twinkle, so I cannot. But yeah, so I work a lot on audition prep for students. I have a lot of students preparing for college to study musical theater, so I work with them on that. All kinds of stuff. I get some students, I collaborate with them, and we'll do a duet together for a recital or a showcase.
How cool.
I have another student that's performing with another student of mine who's a male, and they'll be doing a duet at an open house coming up. So we try to collaborate and get them together so they get that acting and performance experience along with singing musical theater.
Yeah, we were just talking about that a little bit, how important that really is to be able to get up in front of people and actually perform, whether you're singing, whether you're playing an instrument. And that's something that you can't learn just with the instructor.
Absolutely. And another thing that we do here is we have that stage. We have the
It's a
real
great
stage.
room. Yeah.
So what I do is a lot of times, maybe 2 or 3 weeks into working on a song, we'll go and we'll sing it on the stage. Or if they have an audition, we'll prepare what it would be like to go into the audition. We do something called slating, where they introduce themselves. They say, "Hi, my name is Jane Smith. I will be singing this." We practice cueing the pianist, and they sing their song. And sometimes I surprise them, and they Ed at the front desk come in or listen or something like that. So they get that exposure as well.
That is fantastic. That is so awesome. Yeah.
I love working here. It's a great
I
place
can
to
tell
work.
you do. Well, I think they're lucky to have you.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. And how long have you been here?
I've actually only been here since late October, early November. Before that, I was teaching voice sort of around the area on my own, but what was so great about Real School is that they helped me find the students that were what I was looking for. So it made
Sure.
my job easier, and it made it so I could focus on the teaching. And that's what's great about this school is everyone here is devoted to teaching. They don't have to worry about scheduling and stuff because we handle that on the administrative end. So
Right.
it's really wonderful.
So this is a win-win situation for everybody, for
Absolutely.
the instructors, for the school, for the students. Doesn't get any better than
No, definitely not. I would agree with that. Absolutely.
that. Yeah. Well, Stephanie, thank you for your time.
No problem.
For taking the time to chat with us here. And I'm sure I'll be seeing you again.
Absolutely.
And we're going to now, with April, we're going to continue around the school. We're going to show you some of the ensemble rooms, and we have some more people to speak with, and we're going to have some more fun. Thanks, Stephanie.
Very cool. See you later.
Okay, bye.
Have a good one.
Yep. Oh, here's Marissa. Marissa, what's your last name?
Kearney.
Kearney. I'd love to ask you a little bit about your experience here at the Real School of Music and what you have going on. I heard that you are quite the lady, talented lady. Yeah.
I've been coming to the Real School for a year now, and I take drums, piano.
Drums. Oh, I love the drums, yeah.
I also sing, and then I started taking guitar this past winter.
Good for you. Video work in any form or, anything else?
I did the Real Jam summer camp, and they do a professionally shot music video.
And you were in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're on the street team? What does the street team do?
They help, get the school, they get in the community, and they help with the school with whatever the school needs them to do.
So you guys are like a guerrilla marketing team. You go out there and spread the word.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic. I think I need a street team. So thank you, Marissa, for taking the time to chat with us
No
here
problem.
today.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, and good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Yay. Well, I have to tell everybody out there that this is a fabulous, fabulous school. If you've got kids who are interested in music, this is the place to be. They have 2 locations, one in Andover and one in Burlington. And I'm so excited myself, just walking around here and talking to everybody. And I'm going to head over here and talk to Mr. Jason Macris, who is the CEO. Hi, how are you? Yeah, it's nice to see you.
Yep, same here.
And he's the COO, and I believe you are a co-founder as well.
Yeah, co-founder here. I'm one of the co-founders. We're just here from the get-go when we got the idea for the school. Myself, Tom Byrne, who's the CEO and original idea man behind it, put the idea in front of us, and we said that we have to do this because it's the right thing to do, and the thing that we wished we had when we were kids.
Oh, I
When we
know.
were
I
growing
love
up,
it.
what was missing during our music education environment. We enjoyed a really strong music education program at our high school. Tom and I went to high school together, and that's where we met and reconnected later in life. And then we incorporated Tom Schneider on the marketing side, Mike Abbott, who's a great saxophone player as well as a operational manager, managed some daddies in the local area.
Daddy's, yeah, music store.
Exactly.
Remember
Where
that? Yeah.
if you've talked to Ed already, then you know that's where we kind of connected there. And so that was the original founding team when we got the idea and built up the first school in Burlington, opened doors in 2008, and really started from nothing, and now are teaching over 900 lessons a week.
That
30-minute
is
lessons.
phenomenal.
And just in the Burlington location, and about 400 here.
Oh, I
in
love the
Hanover.
concept. I really do. I remember when I met you. I met you at Chick Singer Night.
Yes.
And actually, your wife. I met
Marcia,
Marcia,
yeah. Mhm.
and we started chatting about this. And I just loved the whole idea about the
we-
real school. And I said, well, I gotta, go up there and talk to these people.
Yeah.
So, I was wondering if we could walk around a little bit,
Sure.
and you can tell us about all the programs that you have, the educational aspect of the school,
Certainly.
and
Be happy
anything else that, you may want to say that, people would be, excited to
There's
hear
some
about.
folks that, as we talk, you'll want to talk about or meet Ed if you haven't already done that. The front desk, he's our operational manager here.
And a bass player.
And a great bass player.
Yeah. Where's Ed?
He's over there someplace.
Okay, we'll talk
he's
to him.
handling, he's working with some
right.
of our favorite customers.
Right.
Andrew Clark, who's another great saxophone player. Seems we've got a lot of saxophone players on our team here, and he was one of the founders of Bradford Music. That was of Bradford School of Music. That was
Bradford,
incorporated.
Mass.
Yeah, and we incorporated them and merged them into our school, and that school became Real School of Music Andover. And that's how we grew this location.
Oh, okay.
So Andrew, in and of his own, right, had built a music school to a certain point and said, what they're doing over at the Real School of Music is what I envisioned too. And rather than, trying to go up against or we'll put our heads together and become 1
Sure.
+ 1 = 3 versus, staying as a separate entity.
Right, it's such a collaborative effort.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
really
those are
music
the
education,
best.
when you find someone with the same vision, it can
Yeah,
really get
and
energized.
it can really take off.
Absolutely.
And that is fantastic. I love it.
So we
let's-
believe, as part of the principle here is that you have fun learning music, but at the same time, you're going to eat your vegetables. You have to learn music theory. You have to learn how to play your scales.
This is so true.
But,
Practice.
you want to be able to play in a group. You want to be able to play, the music that you want to play. So we service all sorts of genres here. Granted, we did
heard
start
that.
with more of a contemporary flair, but as we grew, we've incorporated classical, folk. We have now strings and violin, band instruments that all grew out of, from where we started, which was very popular, roots.
Sure.
Guitar, bass, drums.
Sure.
But that's where we had to start for really business reasons, but we really grew it as people wanted to play.
Yeah.
And then it grew from, the age demographic that we serve, from, serving kids in a certain, middle school and spread both ways, if you will, younger, all the way down to age 3 now with our Yamaha program. And we have a student who comes in and takes with Jim Zeroulis behind us, who's he's almost 90 years old, drives
Oh, I
himself to the
love it.
lessons,
I love
walks in, takes his lessons, and walks right back out again. So we have all
Yeah,
ages, and we
that's
have
big.
ensembles.
Yeah,
Nobody wants to take a lesson just to learn to play by themselves.
sure,
If they do, they're solo, they're performing.
sure.
But we do like putting people in a group environment,
Right.
you know, at all ages. Again, we have adult ensembles,
Yeah.
we have a cappella ensembles, we have the kids ensembles, as well as the contemporary rock ensemble.
Right, and that takes the music to a completely different level. And I was wondering if we might be able to stroll down by one of
Sure.
the rooms where they actually
Absolutely.
have the ensembles.
So we have the lesson rooms on each side where the individual
Yep.
lessons are
These are
given.
the lesson rooms here.
So I don't know if you've gotten a chance to poke in, but
Yep.
we want to make them, you know, inviting, functional. So they have, depending upon the type of music that's being taught, there's
Sure.
a piano, it might be a guitar room where it may not have it more amplified,
Right.
you know, origin. We have drum rooms around the corner.
Yeah, I saw the drums. I wanted to start
Andrew-
banging on them.
The managing partner here, general manager here, is teaching saxophone, clarinet, flute,
Mm-hmm.
woodwinds in a room here. So the rooms are usually outfitted with, like I mentioned, the main instrument, but also we use iPads or Macintosh computers or something to allow the students to you know,
Right.
access YouTube, to
Right.
play along
Right.
with their instructor, to look at videos, to
Mm-hmm.
pull down any sort of instructional material.
Now, the internet is fantastic for
Right.
that. I like this room.
So let's-
let's go in here.
These are one of our session rooms. We have 4 of these rooms throughout the each location. And this room is our studio room here. We have another one of these similarly outfitted in Burlington. It's simple. It's one of the ensemble rooms, I should say, but it's got a little more to it where you have some tools here, Pro Tools and the like, that we use for recording things like our Christmas album. We released a number of
Right.
songs of
I saw that on your
faculty.
website.
Right, and those are out there for the taking, and the Andover team came into this room, and Andrew Clark did a lot of the mixing and production of that right in this room.
Yeah,
We set up
sweet.
with drums. It's a very soundproof room. We have
I can hear that. yeah.
neighbors, you know, above the doors here. When you shut the door, you know, there's very little leakage that goes out into the hallway or into the other rooms or through the ceiling to our neighbors above us.
Nice.
So,
Great
We
room.
have, again, 4 of these rooms. We label them A through D. And we do a number of things in here, primarily ensembles and some recording in the appropriately
Do
outfitted
you ever
rooms.
yell and scream in there?
Oh, yeah, just going to scream your frustrations away.
Right.
So there's enough, you know,
And
going-
is this another room?
This is just another area where we can, you know, have bands, and on most nights, each of these rooms are, you know, active
Being
with
used.
students. The ensembles typically start a little bit later, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. to 9, you know, that's the time frame after lessons.
Sure.
And usually after work if it's an adult ensemble.
Right,
And we'll have
right.
them in here as well.
Very sweet. Nice. Okay. Okay. So what's the Yamaha program? What is that?
The Yamaha program is Yamaha Music Education Systems, and that's run by our director of the program, Heather DeLong, who hopefully you'll have a chance to speak with her as well. And the program is for music for young kids. It's based around piano, but it's not piano lessons per se. It is everything from singing, solfege, note recognition, rhythm, but it is based around a keyboard, similar to Suzuki, but different in its approach.
Sure.
Again, in the young age group from the ages 3 to 8 years old, in a number of 3 different programs. And when you speak to Heather, you should certainly get you know, a better handle as to what each of the programs are and what the benefits are for each age group. After they finish those programs, though, they're ready. They're in an environment like this where they can pursue keyboard if that's what they want to continue on, or move to guitar or bass
Sure.
or voice, or you know, band instrument, strings, and that's where we want to take them in and as they have that great musical foundation that Yamaha offers. We continue that up into their learning through you know, kids like you know, Marissa, who's going to be singing at the national anthem at Fenway, and you know, we're very proud of those kids and that they you know, develop musically.
Right, and they will tell you, you know, children are great in that they tell you which direction they would like to go in. You know, they're
Yeah.
drawn to a specific instrument. Why don't we head up
Yeah.
on up here? Maybe we
You know, tailor a learning program
Right,
that
to
meets
the
the needs of the
children.
kids.
Right.
And the
Smart.
adults for that matter. I mean, I keep saying kids because we're surrounded by them right now, but the adults, but really putting them in a place where they are
Right.
comfortable learning, and they're getting the most out of it, and we're putting it, getting the most out of the kids that they have inside to perform at their highest.
And they enjoy
and we
it.
put them in environments. This upcoming weekend we have the ensemble's playing at Whippersnappers in New Hampshire.
Oh,
We put 'em
yeah.
at Johnny
Yeah,
D's.
yeah. That's great.
The Acton Jazz Cafe. All these different venues where we can have the adults and the kids go out and play in front of people, in front of their friends and family and strangers for that matter. That
Well,
come in off the street and
yeah.
literally say, I didn't realize this was going on, but I'm going to stick around and have a cup of coffee or a beer,
Right,
wherever the venue.
right.
So-
And then I think, music is certainly the universal language.
Yeah.
And we can't say enough good things about music and certainly what you all are doing here.
Certainly.
And I was hoping I might be able to catch, is Ed over there? Have
Yeah,
we
let's
talked
go
to
see. Is
Ed? Hey, Ed, we were hoping we might get you to say a few words about the Real School of Music and what you have going on here. And I know you're a bass player as well. I've seen you perform. Yep, you're a monster.
Essentially, what I do here is book lessons, schedule lessons. So if everyone needs and how we normally start, and this is key, is with a free trial. So someone will call me on the phone,
Free trial.
and I sort of chat with them about what instrument they play, what kind of music they like, what their availability might be. And from that information, I sort of suggest a teacher. And we schedule a free
Love it.
30-minute trial lesson so they can come in, they can see the school, they can meet their teacher, the parents can talk about curriculum or any other questions they have. And then we look for a time that'll work.
Right, and a fit, that's so important. I mean, I know for me personally, as a student, I have done better with some instructors rather than others. And they're very smart to do it that way.
Yeah, so right now we're getting an enormous amount of 12 and 13-year-old girls wanting to learn the songs from Frozen, which is hot right now.
Yes, it's very
And
hot.
we have
Yeah.
2 instructors that's right in their wheelhouse.
Awesome.
And then we have a lot of the kids a lot of 16-year-old boys that maybe want to sing like the guy from AC/DC. And I have people that can help them for that.
Right, right.
So getting a good-
AC/DC is one of my favorites.
Yeah,
I
getting-
do. I love that band. Yeah.
Getting the fit is the key. And I sort of take pride in that.
Yeah,
I can
that's-
sort of figure
well, you're
out
good at it.
who's
I
gonna
can
work,
tell.
And then the other thing I do is we also have some merchandise here. So we have some accessories by the D'Addario Planet Waves company, and then we sell anything that Yamaha makes except for acoustic pianos and jet skis.
They make jet skis?
Yamaha?
Oh, I didn't know that. See, I'm not a jet ski.
Yeah, they make motorcycles and
Oh, yeah,
golf
yeah, yeah.
carts and that.
Oh, I used to.
So,
So you're a golfer? Yeah.
No.
Oh.
But I've asked them for a golf cart, but
Maybe they'll give you a jet ski.
last time I asked, they said no.
I said no.
But they make some great entry-level acoustic guitars and electric
Yes, they do.
pianos.
Yeah, they do.
So we
That's
like
great.
to try to help folks with that too.
Right.
And I keep my eye on the online retailers.
Sure,
And I make
sure.
sure I give them a better deal.
Yeah, yeah. So you're really like the first point of contact, which I know goes a long ways to creating a program of education and students and keeping them coming back. So,
Unfortunately, yes, I'm the first person they have to talk to when they come here.
oh, come
Yeah.
on.
So when
You're
they
a nice
go to our
guy. Yeah,
website
yeah.
and they dial the phone number, it rings right here. So they'll
Right
end up
there.
having-
Rings
there.
right there.
Right there.
Okay, so you get to talk to this guy.
So you've been warned.
Ed,
Want to try calling Burlington?
Yeah, right. Right.
Which then you talk to? Who'd you talk to if you dialed Burlington?
Another fine gentleman.
another fine gentleman.
Yeah. What's
his
There you
name?
go.
His name is Gavin McCarthy.
Gavin McCarthy in Burlington,
Yeah.
the other location.
Yeah, or Dwight.
Or
Hill
Dwight,
as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure we mention he's our general manager
Okay.
in Burlington.
Yeah.
And your last name is Spargo?
My last name is Spargo. Yeah, Ed
Ed
Spargo.
Spargo. Okay, well, thank you for taking the time
Yeah, I'm
to
hoping to
chat with us. I know you're a busy person, and this is phenomenal what you've got going
Yeah,
on
the main
here.
thing is the free trial lesson, so come on in.
Come
yeah.
on in, free
Yeah.
trial lesson. Okay, thank you, Ed.
Okay, thanks. Yep.
Hi, Marissa again. Do you mind if we just observe you a little bit? Wow.
Okay. Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. Dreams come slow and feel so fast. You see when you close your eyes. Maybe one day you'll understand why everything you touch, oh, it dies. Hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Marissa. Thank you. So she's quite talented.
Marissa's wonderful. Not only part of our
Yeah,
street team,
beautiful.
but both Marissa and Dalton are alumni of our summer camp program, Real Jams Academy.
Mm-hmm.
So they met during summer camp. The kids come in Monday through Friday. Some of them meet as strangers on Monday. Other students
Yeah,
have seen
sure,
others around the
sure.
school, so they have become friends.
That's
but
great.
they meet on
Nice
Monday.
job.
They work together for 5 straight days to write original music, record that music, come up with a whole concept for a music video.
Was that an original song?
That one was not. That was a cover of a,
Okay.
a pop song, but they write their own music. They do covers. They learn all kinds of techniques. It looks like Andrew's maybe
All right.
switching students, so we can head over and chat with him.
Okay. So Dalton and Marissa
Yep.
are part of the
Real Jams Academy.
Real Jams Academy
Summer music program.
summer music
Yep.
program here at the Real School.
Yes.
Do they have that at both
We
locations?
do. So we
or-
actually piloted it in Burlington. We've been running it there for 5 years now.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Those fill up immensely. So this summer we are running the second session here on Andover,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a digital recording class, a cappella group, core
Nice.
class. We added an advanced program this year, which involves field trips into the city
Right.
to visit Berkeley and Hard Rock and
Yeah,
the
that
Zildjian
is
factory.
great.
It's just you can't beat it.
One big party.
One week, one perfect week. Yeah.
A music nirvana.
You got it.
Hi there. How are you? Yeah. All right. Yes, I wanted to just take a few minutes and, if you could say a few words about what you do here. I was talking with Jason earlier and he told me about how you had started the Bradford School and this merged and
Yeah,
voila, here we are.
yes, the first merger for Real School of Music that actually involved a studio that became a second location. We had another merger in the Burlington location where we merged in Minuteman Music with Tim Rowell and some of his faculty, but they actually joined into the existing Burlington location.
Okay.
So this is actually the first time that we merged an existing school to become the basis of a new Real School location here in Andover.
Well,
So.
this is fantastic, and I know you have a first-year anniversary coming
That's
up.
right, yes, we've been here a year
May.
this month, yeah. We're having the party in May, but it was
Nice.
April 5th when we first moved in. Yeah,
Congratulations.
so it's been going really, really well.
Yeah, and you play the windwoods
Well, yeah,
and saxophone?
primarily
saxophone.
saxophonist. Primarily
Oh.
saxophonist, but I also teach
Oh,
flute
cool.
and clarinet.
Wow.
Most
that-
saxophonists play all three.
yeah, that's true. That is true. Like Woody Allen, huh?
Woody Allen's clarinetist.
Is he really?
Yes, Woody Allen.
That's right. I thought it was the oboe, but he does. He plays
Clarinet, no, he's
clarinet.
very good. He's very good. I've heard him play a little bit. He's all right. Good jazz player. You know, she's a wonderful player right here.
And who is this lovely
This is
little lady?
Helena.
Hi, Helena. How are you?
I'm fine.
Would you mind if I just ask you a few questions?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, what do you like about coming here?
My teacher, he's very nice. All the people at the front desk, they always welcome you when you come in.
That's important.
And also, like, the people around you just don't, sometimes somebody accidentally leaves the door open, but they don't really make any noise. So it's usually always quiet. Find out that my little sister can do homework somewhere around the school.
Wow, so that's really important when you're in
Yeah.
here practicing
Yeah.
and you want to listen. And so, how did you Did you try any other instruments before
Yes.
you?
I started when I was, I think, about 4.5 on recorder. And then I studied for about until 2nd grade, and then my hands got big enough for the clarinet, so that's what I'm playing right now.
That's great. I love it. I love it. So that's
She wanted to
fabulous.
play the clarinet at, what was it, 3.5 or 4?
Yeah.
And her fingers were too small
That's
to cover 'cause there's
adorable.
holes. So,
Yeah.
so I had the idea to say, let's start with the recorder first, and in a couple of years, age 6 or 7, and she was playing Bach and Handel and stuff like that on the recorder. So
Wow.
now we're playing the clarinet.
Well, that is fantastic.
And she's chasing all my high school students through the duets book.
Well,
I hold her as the example over my high school kids. I'm like, you better watch out. Helena's on page 20 now.
He does that quite often.
Oh, does he? Oh, okay. Now the truth comes out. Right. Okay. Well, thank you for taking the time to
welcome.
speak with us here, and have fun.
Thanks.
Enjoy. Alrighty. Bye. Thank
Thanks
you,
very much.
Andrew.
Bye,
Alrighty. Take care.
Instructor. He teaches our Real Kids program, which is a comprehensive program for younger students, just learning the concepts of music, tinkering around on the piano, learning instruments, sounds, and shapes and everything. So they should be.
I can hear them. It sounds like there's a drummer in here.
Yeah, and we can head on in there if you want and kind of hear the noise if you'd like.
Right hand again.
Okay, so you just got a real student here with a lesson with Rich Podger here. Rich Podger.
Yep. Happens all the time. That's okay.
So I'd like to talk with Rich a little bit about, what he does here at the Real School of Music and, what he's got going on. And so,
I do a few things. I'm the director of an early childhood music program called Real Kids here. And it's a ORF-based philosophy. I start with infants and go up to kids around 9 years of age. I contract my services out to schools and daycare centers in the area. So often in the mornings I'm at various preschools, nursery schools, daycare centers in the area, around here and around Burlington, and supplying the music curriculum for the schools. And then in the afternoon I teach drums, guitar, some voice students, songwriting, and recorder.
wow, nice. And I'm amazed that you start with the infants.
Well,
That is, what do you do?
that process is you're instilling in them, we have a gathering drum, and we'll get the infants around the gathering drum, and while you're listening to music, you kind of tap on them. So if you're instilling that sense
rhythmic.
of timing into them, and they drool and sit there and run their fingers or whatever, but also that's kind of giving them access to, the beginnings of motor skill development and getting their
Absolutely.
appendages moving and whatnot, as well as exposing them to that steady beat, which will, as they come of age, help them, you're developing their internal meter and their internal clock, so when they start to take steps, that helps facilitate that whole process, as well as their solo singing activities, where I'll sing something particularly, not long, just a vowel sound, excuse me.
Sure.
And they, the hope is that they will echo it back. You kind of get this
Call and
this echo, the
response,
call and response
yeah,
thing going.
yeah,
And so you start to develop their ear. They recognize what pitches are high and what pitches are low and whatnot, and the ability to mimic. They have instruments, infant toddler instruments that are maracas and rhythm sticks, things that they can grab onto.
Sure.
And really you're just kind of getting them to grab and, excuse me, you just, kind of explore, what they can do with their movement and where they kind of naturally want to go.
Yeah, and I know that process of developing a relationship with the instrument, you know, feeling comfortable with
That, yeah, and I mean, they love the way it sounds.
I bet they do.
And it's all around the structure of a particular song, or a spoken word type thing, like, you know, two little sausages frying in a pan, one
Right.
went pop and the other went bam, you know? So they can go bam on the floor, and, you know, that's something they can latch onto, or
We ought
maybe
to have
they
a-
just pop a bunch of times, you know?
Really, we ought to have an adult class like that. You know?
Yeah, I have a lot of adult students that could use that type of thing. But as they get older, the instruments become a little bit more sophisticated, as do the parts and whatnot.
Sure,
So when they,
sure.
you know, when they're twos and whatnot, as they're starting to kind of get their legs under them, we explore the, you know, songs that maybe have a running part or walking backwards or walking to the side, that type of thing. And it all kind of fits into a rhythmic musical element where everything that they're doing can be applied to a part of the song. So if they, you know, if we're talking about a class of 3.5 or 4-year-olds, if they stomp their feet in one particular, in a movement exercise, we can do that same song again, this time with instruments. So the stomp your feet is now
Right-ish.
ba ba ba,
Ba,
or
right.
you know, whatever, with some, whatever the language of that song is.
That sounds like fun.
It is. It's great, and it's a really. It's been. I've been doing it for a while, and it's amazing to watch what the kids are capable of doing and how much fun they get out of it. And like I said, as they get older, the instruments become a little bit more sophisticated. So around 4, they're on xylophones and metallophones and whatnot, where they're now. Opening, we set everything up in a pentatonic scale, so whatever they play is going to make sense. So I'll break out
Right.
my guitar, play a simple chord progression, and all of a sudden they all sound like Lionel Hampton wailing away because none of the notes are conflicting and
You're
whatnot. And it
right,
really, you
right.
kind of see their creative mind
Yeah.
open up.
They're so intuitive. I mean, they're
It
so
is, and that's-
responsive. It
yeah,
just-
exactly.
Yeah, it's great.
And that's another thing, because that might not be something that they think that they have or possess, because they haven't really had an arena to kind of express it, you know.
Sure.
And so it's fascinating, and the parents get a huge charge out of it, because like, oh my God, look at what my kid's playing, you know. And then also with their, again, the motor skill development, and you can see, you know, some kids have some fantastic agility with their wrists and whatnot,
Right,
and you know,
right.
they just kind of latch on to the rhythmic aspects of it.
Right.
So there's elements of too where it's like I'll play something on the drums and they have to play it back, you know.
So their ear training
the
in a
ear
very
training, the
early
call and
age.
again, that
and
call and response and the ability to mimic and whatnot.
And this is why it's so important that we have music in schools.
Yes.
Because it's so essential to the development of children.
It is. And another really important, probably one of the most important aspects of it is they don't, because as they get older, they're 5, 6 years old, they don't have to practice this. They come in once a week and they're performing in an ensemble.
Oh,
they're performing
good
in an
point.
ensemble, so we get like bass
Sure.
xylophones, altos, sopranos,
Sure.
glocks and stuff. Everybody learns the different parts of the song, and then they get up and switch. They're not at home by themselves with a piano
Right.
and trying to
Getting
latch onto some kind of discipline that might be a little bit more before their time. You know what I mean?
Right. So it's a very different experience that's more enjoyable.
It's
Yeah,
it's
it's
more
not
enjoyable,
so
and kids,
isolated.
they love music at that age. You know,
Yeah,
I've
they
only met
do.
one kid that doesn't. They love to bang on stuff, you know, and this
Yeah,
gives
don't we
them.
all?
You're right, and this gives them that that outlet. In a very constructive
That's
and
great.
educational way, and it does amazing things for their motor skill development in their ear and their sense of timing. And the whole
Right.
thing really, as they get older, is to keep a
That-
steady beat and be able to
right.
sing at the same time.
Time.
That's most of the battle right there, you know. And then all these other parts that we kind of fit in between is gravy. If they can
Right.
do that, that's fantastic.
Cool. Are you a singing drummer as well?
Yes.
Nice,
yeah,
because that is hard to do.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe not for you,
But
but that's fantastic.
yeah,
But
there was. Oh, I forgot. I was going to say something else. Anyway, we edit that part.
that's all right. Well,
Um,
thank you so much
yeah,
for
absolutely.
taking the time
My pleasure.
to speak with us. I think, I wish I had an infant.
Me too.
Yeah.
But I have plenty during the week.
Yeah, that's great. I had no idea.
Yeah, very cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Nice meeting you. Now, I'd like to let people know what you do and how you came here to the Real School of Music and what you like about it. And
Alright, well, I'll answer the first part, which was how I came here. All right, I actually, a buddy of mine told me about this place, and he said this because I had been teaching at, I guess you'd call them traditional schools, where it was more the, they sell guitars in the front, lessons are in the back, and you have maybe a recital or two at some local church in the basement or something like that. He said, you got to check out this place, the Real School, because they have top-notch facilities and things like that. And I looked at it and I was like, wow. And then I looked at the faculty, and I said, geesh, maybe I should hold off on trying to get there because the faculty's bios were just incredible.
That's great faculty.
Oh yeah, that's like Jim Zeroulas, just the stuff he does is crazy. So I held off a little bit, and then I said, what the heck, I'll just try it anyway. And they were opening up this place in Andover, and it worked out really great because they were hiring people at the time, and
here you are.
and here I am.
Well,
And
that's
yeah, it was
fantastic.
great. And
So you've been here for about
a year since they opened.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and it's been fantastic. I really love the facilities because I get my own computer.
Nice. Yeah, the rooms are sweet, aren't they?
Oh, they're great.
Yeah,
They got all the sound stuff. I'm all set up for recording, so I can
know.
record things. It's a really great luxury.
Press a button. Yeah.
Presses of a button. I got the keyboards and everything's MIDI compatible and ready to go, and so I can record things. And
What kind of music do you prefer, or what would you play?
I do everything. I guess if I had a preference, it would be kind of jazz, fusion, that kind of a thing.
Okay.
But I have students that we do Beatles, we do Led
It's all
Zeppelin,
good.
do heavy metal, we do
Oh, yeah.
classical, we
Led
do a little of
Zeppelin,
everything. So I've got a little of everything I teach everybody.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's going real good.
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun. And Maddie's having fun. You can tell.
Well, thank you, Brian, for taking the time to chat with us today. We're getting some, really nice opportunities to talk with people and some of the students, and I love the concept here. I just think it's fabulous, and
they play, it's really great.
yeah,
to have
and
the
you get
ensemble.
you're immersed in the music.
Exactly,
That
and they
is
try to set up an
phenomenal.
atmosphere so that people can come in, even if it's not their lesson, they just come in and they can relax and have coffee and talk music and
It's
stuff.
a community.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
music community. Nice. Right. Thanks, Maddie.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, to meet you too. Have fun. Go for it.
How long have you been playing? Like a couple months, a month? Month and a half maybe?
A month and a half.
Like that? Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, she's
So we're going to head down here and talk to
Yep.
Heather.
Yep.
Yes, the violin instructor, and I know that you have an open enrollment going now,
We do,
correct?
yes. We just, starting next week is our spring and summer session, and that runs through the end of August. So we are here year-round for private instruction, our ensemble program, the summer camp program, Real Jams Academy that we talked about. And we are currently enrolling for new members, so come on down, come on in, try us out. We always offer a free trial lesson
Yes, I
for
heard
new
about
students.
that. That's great.
So we'd love to talk to you, fit you with somebody who might be a good fit to learn from, and just see our space, just feel what Real School's all about, where the
That
door is
sounds
always open.
great. Yeah, and their website, realschoolofmusic.com. Check them out. Look at their list of instructors. It's phenomenal. Give them a call. Come on down. Let's go down here and talk to Heather. Hey, Heather, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Barbara Alex, yeah.
Come on
Could
in. Welcome to
take a few minutes to chat with you about what you do here. Oh, you violins.
Yes, I teach violin here, and I'm also the Yamaha music coordinator for the young music program that we have here for ages 3 through 8.
3 through 8. Wow, that's great to start them so young.
It's a wonderful time actually to start them so young because they're like sponges and they just soak up everything. So the first class for ages 3 is actually called Music Wonderland, and it's very lateral. They aren't expected to go home and practice every day because they're 3. And then they just come back every week. It's just more of a musical enjoyment. And then for ages 4 through 8, they're split up. So 4 and 5-year-olds, it's called Junior Music Course. And this age group, actually, they do it, they encourage practicing. So the teacher gives them a homework sheet every week. And they sing, they do rhythm games, they play the keyboard, they're doing their hands together. They're doing a lot of solfege in the classroom.
Oh, yeah, that's
So,
great.
it's a lot of fun, and
yeah.
they're constantly up at the piano, down at their pianos, up at the teacher's piano. So it's a whole hour with a 4-year-old, a group of 4-year-olds, if you can imagine teaching that. So the teachers have to go through quite a rigorous certification process, and
can
it
see
takes a
why.
very special person
Yes,
to be
it
able to
does.
teach those
Somebody
kids.
who can really enjoy the process of being with the children
Absolutely.
and following their lead, because you know they're very reactionary.
Of course, every mood is different of all the classes. So every class that you sit in will just you're going to see different activities. You'll see different songs that they're singing, and
Sure.
it's a lot of fun to watch actually.
And you've been here at the Real School for
Almost 2 years.
almost 2 years.
Yeah, I came in when they were just starting the classical program. So we had a lot of guitar and a lot of bands, but we didn't have a lot of violin or piano. And so I started kind of leading that group, and now I have quite a full violin studio here in Andover and a couple of
For
students
you.
in Burlington as well.
Nice.
And we have a huge group of string students in the homeschool program, and that's a lot of fun to teach. Those kids are great. And
So you go into their homes and you teach
no,
them?
the homeschool program is actually the homeschool community around this area. They
Oh,
come
got
into
it.
the
Oh.
Real School once a week for
Great.
lessons, and so we do a group class with them.
Great idea.
And they're at ages usually 9 or 6 to 9 in the string group. And then we do a string ensemble here in Andover, and there's one in Burlington taught by the other instructor. And we just do fiddle tunes, we do classical tunes, we do some kind of music, movie music, like everyone's in love with Frozen right now,
Yeah,
so we're
that's
trying to do
very
that.
popular.
And trying to, I don't know, with my students I like to do a lot of mix. You know, I have students who really love fiddle music and they love learning by ear, so I'm trying to cater to their wants, but also get in some note reading in there so that they're not going out into the musical world without being able to read music.
Sure, that's
And then,
very valuable.
Absolutely. And then I have students who just want to do classical, and we do a little Suzuki book, but we also try to do some ear training as well. So I
Great.
think
Well,
a good mix.
good for you. And you know, I wanted to ask you something. I love the violin. Could you just play just a little bit?
Sure.
There,
What
would
should
you?
I play?
Whatever you want.
Well, there's this cute. It's actually a fiddle tune, but one of my students taught it to me,
Okay.
and so I have the music for it here somewhere.
That would be great. I'd love it.
But
Thank you
was
so much.
It was so cute, and I've been teaching it to some of my other students recently.
That's one of the nicest thing about having children, as I was talking to one of the other instructors about this, that they introduce you to things
Oh, yeah.
that you may not have come across.
Like all this fiddle music.
I
didn't
know, that you weren't even aware of. And how cool is that?
But I love learning from my students, and I go and teach it to all my other ones.
You're right.
So this is called Harvest Home Hornpipe. It's a Scottish hornpipe, and it's just
Okay.
it's a little bouncy tune.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Heather,
You're welcome.
for your
Thank
time.
you for coming in.
Yeah, yeah, and we'll see you around.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Music room. These are where the group classes for ages 3 through 8 happen. Right now, we are finishing up a class with 6 and 7-year-olds. And they come in and they're not required to have their parent. And we also use this room for other functions, such as during the summer we'll have, as part of the Real Jams camp, the kids will come in and do like a keyboard workshop. We also offer keyboard ensemble, which is non-Yamaha related, but for other students taking private lessons in the school, they can come in, and Miss Olga teaches a keyboard ensemble class.
Oh, they are adorable.
So
Aren't
they're
they cute?
They're very cute. And
Hi, how are you?
How are you? So this is our Yamaha instructor, Miss Olga.
Hi, Miss Olga.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I was just looking at the adorable children in there.
Right.
Looked like they were having a good time.
Yes, they're enjoying playing together music and play rhythm exercise, play with group, simple
That's amazing.
songs, and they love it.
Wow, that's so, I mean, that is a phenomenal experience for young children to have.
I think so.
Yeah, I do too. It is really important for children to have music in their life.
Communicate to each other, and during lesson we do different jobs. We play music, we play rhythm, we clap rhythm, we sing songs, we dance.
Right,
It's a
right.
lot of movement during lesson. 5, 6, 7 songs during lesson.
That's great. Having fun.
Having fun.
Having fun, being creative,
Always.
and enjoying the whole process.
Yes.
Yeah. So we actually call you Miss Olga.
Yes.
Miss Olga, I like
Miss
that.
Olga.
Miss Olga.
It's me.
Yeah. Thank you so much for taking
very
the time
welcome.
to chat with us today.
You're very welcome.
Okay. Bye now.
Bye now.
Hey, Roger, nice to see
Good,
you.
good to see you.
This is Roger Kimball. He's one of the instructors here at the Real School of Music, and you teach bass?
Cello, bass, and electric bass.
Oh, okay. How cool is that?
And
Look, you ready?
ensembles too.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how fortunate are we? You know, so check this guy out. He's awesome, and I'll see you in the studio.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Have fun.
Thanks.
Well, here we are at the Real School of Music in Andover, and I got to tell you, I don't want to go home. I want to be here, and this is so much fun. I want to thank you, Jason.
Oh, welcome, Barbara.
And,
Thank you for coming.
and yeah, it was my pleasure. And you too, April.
Thank you.
And
Happy to have
what a great community. I mean, the instructors, we spoke to a lot of instructors. You will see them on the program. Remember that you can come in and have a trial lesson. How cool is that? They have an enrollment program now that's going on until...
We always have open
Sure.
enrollment, but right now we are currently enrolling for the spring and summer session. So if you
Okay.
jump in now, you get the full 17 weeks of lessons.
Awesome.
Go straight through the summer, but again, we're flexible with summer vacation.
Yeah,
so
of course.
always join.
Exactly.
Yeah, of
Always
course.
welcome.
Yeah,
Come on
always welcome here.
say hello, walk around our school,
Yeah.
try it out.
Always invite you to come in for a visit. Seeing is believing. You know, come in and experience
Good
it. and
point.
Meet the staff and say hello.
Right,
Thank you.
right. Well, thank you. And this is Barbara Alex, the host of Live Jazz Sessions and More, signing off. And thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.